Hi, Jeremiah.
I'm watching. I'm always watching.
Are you done?
Like me, subscribe, follow. Go ahead and start.
I'm talking to Jeremiah.
Always watching.
Mm-hmm. That's true. True that, yeah, true that. I need a piece of scrap paper. Hey guys, I'm back. It's Sunday still. We have been to church and back, and I am now finishing up a project. You guys, I'm making these boxes, these little favorite boxes. I think the cutest thing. I have to put some glue on there, but that goes there, and then this little topper goes right on there. I think those are so cute. I'll show you the final when I'm done. Um, in case you don't know, we're still in the season of frosting. Oh, I'm mad because I don't want to use glue because I'm not gonna use glue. I'm gonna have to do it the hard way. Alright, y'all, so I'm here finishing this up. I'm working on a project that is due on, it's technically due Friday, but I said I would have it on Thursday, and I am doing a good job at sticking to that. So I'm very proud of myself. Also, and I'm proud of myself because yesterday I stayed up and I have a sublimation printer and I haven't been using it. And as I've been like kind of going through what products I can make without having to spend a ton of money, buying things, buying new things to work with, I've been like, I have not used my sublimation printer. And for a while with my sublimation printer, I was having issues with it, like printing the right colors, and it was a lot. And so I had been straying away from making products with it. But I finally figured out what I needed to do a while ago. And yesterday I was like, you know what? I haven't used it in a while. And I know that the ink is a little bit funny. Like some people say you're supposed to print with it like every day or something like that, just so that the ink doesn't get clogged. I don't know, but I haven't used my printer in months. I can't even tell you the last time I used it. So I assumed that when I started using it again, I was gonna have to go through and get rid of all the ink. And something just told me just test it out and see. Y'all, I tested it out yesterday, no problem. It printed, and I sublimated. Where's the thing? My one of my new products that I started testing out, which are these luggage tags. Now this one, there we go. This one is not perfect, obviously. And I'm kind of kicking myself because I've now wasted this. Like, there's no Dora Stevens. I can't even give this to somebody. I should have just done whatever. It's too late now. But anyway, so I tested out and it came out. You guys can see those colors are pretty much perfect. So I was like, oh, my sublimation printer is working just fine. And yeah, I'm happy with that. So today my goal is to get these things done and then go ahead and keep testing some products. I have a bad habit when it comes down to projects that are going well, when it's going well. Oh, it's going well, so I can like take my time. Oh, I could do this in 5 minutes. And I need to stop that. So I'm going to pretend I'm on a deadline, even though I'm almost done. Like I'm in a really good spot. I'm just gonna get these done as soon as possible so that I don't have to be rushing. Something can't go wrong at the last minute, all of that. So if I can finish these today and get them boxed up, that would be great. But I'm not gonna push myself. It is Sunday after all. It is our day of rest. I am working. I don't know what that means. um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I'm definitely not gonna work all day. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I think maybe I'll go read my book. I have a new book that I just got from Audible, or listen to my book. And maybe I'll go start that. I have like, I think I told y'all before that one of my goals this year is to read more. And I want to actually read more and not just listen to audiobooks. But at the same time, when I do listen to an audiobook, I want to be able to give it like my full attention. But I find that when I'm just listening to an audiobook, it's hard. It's hard to give it my full attention. I always want to end up doing something else. And that is stopping me from actually, sitting and listening to the book. Because I'm like, well, what am I going to do while I listen to it? How am I going to make sure I don't start doing other things? So one thing that I typically do when I'm like listening to something, whether it be on YouTube or a book, like a fun book, is I will do like my Sudoku puzzle. But I don't know if that's enough. I still kind of feel like that's cheating because I'm gonna give my attention to the Sudoku puzzle and I might miss something. So I don't know how I'm going to do this Audible thing while paying attention. And this is a nonfiction book, and it's actually about, I forget the name of the book, but it's about one of my pet peeves. But it's about, I think it's something about like attention. I think it's called like the fact that we give our attention to all of these things through social media, advertising, and all of that stuff. And I don't know if it's just commentary over it or if there's some research. I found it actually while I was on the news app, and I think they were like interviewing the author, who's also, I think, either a newscaster or a podcast host or something. Yeah, I don't be knowing nobody. So they were interviewing him and about the book, obviously, and I was like, oh, this book topic sounds interesting. Let me go ahead and download it. So I did do that. So we'll see how it goes. But I think that's something that's on my list for today. I want to give some time to my awakening journal as well. I have not been spending time with that. And that's it. I don't have anything to watch. I haven't really been watching much of anything. And I don't know. There's nothing I want to watch. Oh, there is. I do want to watch. There's a video from Apostle Joshua Selman, that I wanted to finish listening to. So I think I'll do that. I'll listen to my book. I'll do my nails. And I do want to clean my room. I need to sweep my floor. And I think I'll just chill. Just relax today. That's it. When I'm going to start all of those things, I don't know. Right now, I'm waiting. I'm making my husband's lunch/dinner. So I'm waiting for the brown rice to finish cooking so I can finish that off. And I have a delivery from Walmart coming between 2 to 4. So I think once I make his lunch, maybe I'll go upstairs and just kind of relax today. Even though I feel like motivated to go. I feel so ready to just stay down here and craft all day. But I know I have to give myself a break. I can't just go. I have to stop and let myself rest. So once that happens, I also had to cook today. I know I usually don't cook on Sundays, but I had to cook today. I'm doing a shrimp stir fry, which is very easy. I've already finished the shrimp and I made some spinach. So that's already done. I'm just waiting for the rice to finish. And then later I'll probably maybe do a baked potato. And yeah, that's done because I do have Bible study tonight. And y'all, I just wanted to say, like, this morning's prayer session was so good. I feel so much better. I'm so grateful to God. Like, I feel so much better. And then of course we went to church. My pastor basically preached a message that was very timely, and it was literally everything that I talked to God about this morning. Um, excuse me. It sounds like I am going to be losing my voice or something. But yeah, we were coming from John. We were studying a woman, the adulterous woman, and he was talking about just like, as we go off on our many assignments, and sometimes, you start one thing and then another thing happens. And, y'all, this lighting is perfect. Perfection. I wish, well, I don't wish, but this makes me want to like think, should I be recording a video? But it's okay. God will give me more light. Um, sorry. So yes, he was talking about going from assignment to assignment, and the fact that Jesus went to Mount Olive, or the Mount of Olives, and he explains. I want to break this down a little bit further, but he goes through some of the. When I tell y'all, my pastor is like very similar to me. I'm always talking to y'all about breaking down the words and understanding the Hebrew or the Greek definition. He does that a lot. And it's funny that he's leaving. I told you guys, but it's not until he's leaving that I start to recognize how similar our ministries are. So anyway, so he talked us through like the fact that because we've been in John for a little bit. So between when we first started in John and where we are now, Jesus has basically done so much work. He's been on many assignments, and he's like, it's important for us to see that how in the middle of his assignment he went to Mount Olive, to be renewed. He went to Mount Olive to get strength. He didn't just keep going, keep going, keep going. And it's important as we take on many assignments that we still give ourselves time to go back to God and allow him to fill us up. So that was one message, one takeaway, which I think is exactly where I was this morning, not necessarily this morning, but I think as I go off and do all of these things, and like I told you guys, I've been working on the love life so much, and now I'm transitioning a little bit over to prioritizing frosting a lot more. And that's a new assignment, that's a new set of work, that's a new model. I hear God talking to me and doing new things, and like we have to poise ourselves for that work. We can't just be saying, okay, this is a job. Walmart. Okay, Walmart is shopping for my order. You can't just keep, going from job to job and not preparing yourself for the new set of work. Even though right, your resume says you're equipped to do all of these things, you still got to, read up on the new place. Understand what your new responsibilities are going to be like. You're going to be working with new team members, and you got to be poised and ready to deal with them in whatever circumstance they're in. So it's important for us as we are going through our many assignments to take a minute and reflect, take a minute and get strengthened, get positioned, whatever you need to do. And so I think that's also part of what's been going on with me these last couple of days is I haven't necessarily given myself a chance to really connect with God on this new assignment. I felt myself transitioning. I felt it happening, but I didn't give myself a chance to say, hey, God, I acknowledge this and I'm ready, and fill me up, and all the things that I did to prepare myself for this season, right? He talked to me about the awakening. He talks to me about strength, praying for strength. Is it the same word? Is it a new season? Is it a new thing I need to pray for? I have not had that moment with him to really identify that. And so I think that's going to be important today and over the next however many days. But especially today as I get ready for my time of rest and time with him and time for him to pour into me. I'm waiting to hear more about what this next assignment is going to require for me, and also what he's preparing and equipping me with. So that was only one part of the message today, y'all. Like, he's leaving, so I don't know if he's just speeding through things, but that was just one part. And he said it himself, like, we could stay on this one part for the whole month, really, but that was just one part, and that's verse 1 of the verses that we went over today. What else did I get from today? So I got that one. I also got, someone told me to be writing this stuff down, but of course I did not. I got that message today. He also talked about distractions and how the world will try to send distractions. It's not always necessarily God testing us, but sometimes it's the world trying to get our attention in the midst of our assignments. And that hit home to me, y'all, because one of the things that I was praying about this morning, like one of the challenges that I've been trying to work through this morning, I feel like was just that, right? I have recently made a decision to, work in a specific way, and I'm, focusing in on honing in on my area of focus, and I'm honing in on my target audience, and like what my actual assignments are, what's meant for me, what's not meant for me. And I keep getting opportunities to do things that I know I'm not supposed to do anymore. And it's very hard for me to say no. It's very hard for me to let them go. It's very hard for me to realize that I need to let them go. And in one instance, at least, I was able to clear past or get past the noise and hear the actual sound. I have to work on this one too, y'all. But it's very close to the word that I shared the other day about character. Let me check on this, right? So yeah, this word was very similar to the word that I shared with y'all the other day about um understanding someone's true character so that you're able to discern what's right and what's wrong. And also similar to the word that God gave me about in my silence, He's loud. And for me, I believe that one of the gifts that God has given me, and I guess it's the gift of discernment, which I've never really understood, but I feel as if God has given me a gift of being able to do that really well. I haven't always known what to do next or even known what I was doing about it. But I think one of the frustrating things that happened to me over the past week that I had been like so worried about and was part of my prayer this morning was me recognizing that what was being said, like verbally said, was not what was actually being said from the heart. I hope that makes sense to y'all. I don't know what other way to describe it. What was being said was not the true intention. Maybe that's a better way of saying it. And I was able to discern what was being said versus what was being intended. And instead of responding to what was being said, I responded to what was intended, right? What was actually being said in the heart. I was responding to the action. I was responding to the love part. And I think that takes people off guard. I don't think everyone is understanding of that or understands how to deal with that or even recognize it. I think because so many of us are saying things that we think represent what we actually mean. Like everybody's not trying to be deceptive. Everybody's not trying to say things and hide their heart from you. But because we can't be honest with ourselves, because we don't know who we are, because we don't know our missions, because we don't know what we're supposed to be doing, we just all over the place and don't realize that our heart is speaking through our words, and some of us can actually hear them. And this is related to what I was saying, to what I heard this morning in church, because the way that our pastor broke down the scripture when Jesus, and it always confused me, like, why did Jesus start writing in the sand? Like the Jewish leaders were like, oh, what are you gonna do? What do you think? And he just starts writing in the sand. Like, what was the point of that? And the scripture says, which I guess I never paid attention to because it definitely was there, right there in black and white in my Bible, that he wasn't listening to what they were saying. And, Pastor broke it down to where he was listening to their heart. He was listening to their intention. And so he was able to respond to that. And so many people want us to respond to the words that they're just pulling out of their mouths. And when we don't, depending on what level of understanding you have, if you tell me something and I respond to your heart, you hear me responding to what you said, not responding to your heart. And it can be misconstrued and it can be taken the wrong way. And so my question to God now is like, do you just want me to keep doing that? Am I just supposed to keep responding in that way and offending people possibly, or confusing them? I don't know. That's something I'm gonna have to wait until I hear. But I feel strongly that I did the right thing in that moment, and I think that's why. I think I told y'all. I'm talking about a specific instance, and I told you guys about it a couple of days ago. I went to bed with it on my mind. I woke up with it on my mind. Like I spent a lot of time trying to figure out the best solution to this problem, and the solution that came, it felt right, but I knew it wasn't going to necessarily be received in the way that I wanted it to be received. And I think it was because of that, because I was responding to something that the person doesn't even know exists. So that's new. And once again, as I discover all of these new things, it just reiterates why I need my day of rest. So I can be with God and I can talk to Him, and He can talk to me and He can tell me how to use these new tools and share the fact that I have them. Because had I not gone to church today and not heard that message, I would have felt good from my prayer, but would I have really gotten all that He needed to deposit within me? No. So yeah, that's that. I'm almost done, y'all. Yay! I think I'm gonna get these like mounted on the boxes, and then that'll probably be it. Hopefully the rice will be done in the next few minutes. I can rest. I'm kind of hungry. I wonder what I should eat today.